For Piedmont Health, Dr. Jane Morgan. Doctor, great to have you. So according to the FDA, these products can cause eye infections, leading to vision loss in some cases, complete blindness. So what are your major concerns moving forward?
These are the major concerns, and it follows on the heels of a recall earlier this year with similar circumstances with that manufacturing facility in India. Now, this time, interestingly, the FDA has been very careful to not specifically identify who that manufacturing company is and where they are located, but we know that unsafe and unsanitary conditions were found there that did not meet regulation standards. And so, therefore, all eye drops that are being manufactured there have to be recalled, even though we do not have any cases reported of anyone having any incidences from these eye drops. They are being made in facilities that now do not meet the standards for sanitation, and so they have to be recalled.
So, doctor, what are some of the symptoms of eye infection people should now be looking for in relation to this news?
Itchy eyes, pain in your eyes, discharge, the sensation that there's a foreign object in your eye that you can't clear from your eyes. And sometimes you can start to develop little bumps and styes around your eye as well. And don't forget, it can impact your vision, your cornea. So any vision changes, blurred vision, conjunctivitis, any of those, you absolutely need to see a physician and make certain that you tell them that you have been using eye drops that are being recalled.
And are we talking about, because when we outline CVS Health, Rite Aid, Target, Walmart labels, among others, are these generic brands we're talking about?
These are brands that are generic and name brand. There are about 27 of these that fall under these big six categories of these manufacturers. And so you should not have to actually remember these lists yourselves, because not only are the pharmacies and supermarkets pulling them, the companies also are pulling them. So the customer shouldn't have to concern themselves with going to the store and trying to figure out which ones are recalled and which ones are not. They should all be pulled immediately.
All right, well, that's some good news. In terms of eye drops that you may recommend, are there any brands or any labels that you think are safe for the public right now?
So all of the brands that are remaining on store shelves are safe. The FDA is conducting these inspections, and they have been pretty thorough and pretty aggressive in making these recalls. And companies, to their benefit, have not objected and have immediately recalled their own products. So if the product is on the shelf, you should feel confident that you can still use it. There may be a scarcity. Your favorite brand may not be there, but the ones that are remaining are not falling under the recall either now, nor the one in August, nor the one in March.
You know, and earlier this year, I know you'll remember this, we saw a similar situation. Multiple eye drop brands were recalled for possible contamination. And these are some serious symptoms, obviously, that we're talking about here, and outcomes as well, if you're talking about blindness. So is there any meaningful change happening right now in this industry to prevent this from happening in the future?
And that is a big discussion, because you are correct. Even though we don't have any incidences reported with this recall, the previous recall actually had quite a few incidences and one very tragic death. So we have to remember that when you're putting drops in the eye, you're bypassing some of those immune defenses in the body. And therefore, you can have greater permeation. And so we absolutely want to encourage the FDA to be more strident and to make certain that we are doing very, very consistent standardization of all of these manufacturing companies, because this now tends to be something that we are seeing repeatedly, and we want to make certain that the consumer can feel safe, and we certainly want the public to be healthy. We don't want anyone buying any medication that actually makes them sick. The purpose is to make certain that we can maintain a healthy public.